3. Welcome back, everyone. Part 3 of Link to the Past. And we are headed to... We can't get in that cave right now, by the way. But we just got the book. We are headed to... We are headed to desert. Well, we can't go that way. Well, how do we get to desert? We can't go that way. So what do we do? Well, you gotta make a little seamless transition here. You actually gotta come down here. But we're actually going to grab a couple of items. That Bomba wall is not useful right now. It's not useful in the light world. Those crabs do a lot of damage when you don't do 2 hearts of damage if they touch you. So don't let them touch you. But they also die in 1 hit. But this cage here, the Mini Moldorm Cave, these guys are assholes. They die to 2 hits with your sword or 1 spin attack. You can also shoot them with arrows if you're good enough, or bomb them if you want. And that takes a little bit... But they can do that. Oh, shit. Falling in the holes, by the way. Is not recommended for the masses. Falling in the holes, it does 1 full heart of damage. We got bombs. A rupee. Alright, we'll do. He gives you a shit ton of rupees. So, in that respect, it's fairly worth going into. Honestly. This is another area that you don't have to do... Ooh, that you don't have to do right this second. Didn't want to get hit by that guy. This is actually really, really dangerous of me right now. No! I have a fairy. I just did that to show off what the fairy does, he says, lying through his teeth. So I have less than 7 hearts, so I had a full refill. That was just a disaster. That's why having fairies are useful. But the ice rod's here. The ice rod is a weapon you can attack with and freeze enemies, but it isn't particularly useful. Really? But it is required for a boss way later in the game. And does require magic. But now we are going to do a little speed run technique here, and we're going to just save and quit. Because we have some stuff that we want to check out. Talk to Zelda here. You also talk to the fortune teller. That's somewhere to help you with. There's a fortune teller that kind of tells you where to go. I don't know where she's at, because I never use her. But nonetheless. But over here, I decided to come here first. For good reason. Oh, well, that gave me a heart, but I got hit. Because this is what's known as bonk rocks. You can break them by running into them. And you have a piece of heart. But also, we're going to go over this way. We cannot get into there. Oh, we can't get in here right now, can we? No, we cannot. Okay, that's fine. Oops, I did a capture. We'll save and quit again. Probably shouldn't have saved and quit, actually. Oh well. I could have done Magic Bat there, but we'll be back into that area later. Magic Bat gives you half magic, and it's really, really useful. Alright, so we'll come over here. Now, we come here and we have 2 items to grab, actually. We have a chest and another item. We'll show them off here. We have more boom booms, which we really don't need at the moment, but... But we can actually go behind it by moving the blocks that way. Pull this lever. just like you did at the start of the Zelda escape area. And you are flooding the area, which also means that you are lowering the water around it. And another piece of heart. But now we go to the left. Down and to the left. That was embarrassing. We got that guy is a locksmith. We will we'll worry about him later. Up here is another cave that we can go into. Get your bombs ready. Wait, one thing I didn't show off in here is one like these you can check to see what your bottles are. I'll show all of them there, but nonetheless, not overly useful, but just something I thought you should see. And there is another pizza heart. And I already got 6 hearts. I already have 6 pieces of hearts, which is swell. Oh, the jazz hands. You're scary. There's another pizza heart there. We will get that in a little while. But here we need the book. By the way, if you don't have the book, this is what it tells you. Absolutely nothing. You cannot read it. So here, you do what the book says, and it moves these things around to where you can get inside as we head into our second dungeon. Desert. Welcome to Desert. Nether Palace, a fun one. That is our introduction to Beamos. Those lasers hurt. They will do 1 damage to you no matter what armor you have. And they suck. Come in here first. There's a switch here that gives you that weapon. That is your map. And we'll come over to the left here. I'm showing you the efficient way of doing these dungeons, or an efficient way. Yes, thank you. We need this key. Left over there is where the big chest is. We can't do anything with that at the moment. We have some new enemies in here. You kind of seen them. You got a dude that comes out of like quicksand type of thing. You have the Beamos. You have some other stuff. You have these guys. I always saw these guys in Eastern, actually. Tell all the enemies to open the door. I should get that room, people. I'm not going to. Watch out for the cannonballs. And there is the big key. Now we can get the dungeon. This is not a very big dungeon, by the way. If you didn't gather, this is actually a pretty small dungeon overall. None of these dungeons are particularly big outside of, I would say, the last 2, 3. A lot of people don't like Ice Palace because it's very, very mazy. It's one of the harder ones to get through. Misery Mire can be mazy, but if you know what you're doing, you're fine. This is the Power Glove. Yes, the Power Glove. Now you can pick up some heavier stones and some heavier stuff. That is going to be useful. That is not the only lift upgrade in the game, but we aren't going to get the other one for a hot minute. But now it is time. You can go, and if you want to explore these dungeons, I'm showing you the way I play and how, you know, the most, not the most efficient, that's not really the right term, but the best way, one of the better ways to go on about it in terms, you know what rooms you can avoid, what rooms you want to go after, all the chests and stuff. This is tiles that are jerks. I rejected it. I was trying to do a trick there, but I failed at it, so. If you're on the right pixel, and it's every 4th pixel, including the one that you first come in the room on, if you go at a door, you would, and open it, you actually just go through the door without taking a bonk, and it is actually really useful. And one of the ways you can do this is like these torches, like that. Torches are 4 pixels wide. So you can use that to kind of line yourself up to do it properly. Alright. Here you may not know what to do. Remember I talked about this making flame? You have to light up all 4. It doesn't have to be in any specific order, for the record. As long as you just do it, and you'll be fine. And we're already on the second boss, which is these guys, Lanmolas. And there's 3 of them. These guys, early game, are gonna take you some time. You can definitely try and hit them with arrows, not the easiest thing to do. Just hit them with your swords, especially your spin sword. As you see, they do release some ground debris at you, which can be a little bit annoying. I gotta be careful here. Kind of playing a little recklessly. Getting hit by those. Okay, not gonna lie, I am not playing this battle well at all. The boss music's really fun in this, although it is incredibly repetitive. Whew. More hit, I'm dead. Okay. That was an incredibly poor effort on my part. The good news is you start at the beginning of the dungeon. Problem is I don't remember where fairies are in this dungeon. I think they're in here. Knew there was one. Man, I took some damage there, yeah. So, yeah, let's get some fairies here. And these fairies will respawn, by the way, so you can come back in if you want. Man, I really botched that battle. Wow. Those guys aren't that hard, I promise you. It's just... I took that battle for granted. And just took some really stupid pot shots that I honestly just shouldn't have. So don't do what I did. It's basically my my mouth. Unfortunately, you do start back off not at the very beginning of the dungeon, but where you last entered the dungeon in at, and there could be multiple entrances to most dungeons. So that's something to. So that is good. So I didn't start back from the very start. I hate BMOs. They are bitches. But we have ourselves... good news is this stayed open, so we don't actually have to do it again. I'm just taking some bad damage. Keeping track of the floor debris is weirdly hard. I actually don't know if bosses this is doing more damage or not. Alright, after so many hits, they start dying off. I don't know how many hits that is, but... Sorry, I just need to focus and not suck. Alright, now that 2 of them are dead, they shoot out a little bit more. And the last one shoots out basically in all 8 cardinal directions. Or 8 directions, in 8 different directions, not cardinal directions, cardinal directions are 4. But you get my point. So I would recommend staying away from him. And just hit him with your sword. And he goes down, and you get your heart piece. And you get the next pendant. That was a bad performance. I apologize for that. Just wasn't prepared for him. You can kill this boss with bombs. Have fun with that. This is the Pendant of Power! Your goal of finding 3 pendants in sight. Go for the last one! Alright, so that is done. You have some choices. You could travel all the way back, or you can just save and quit. And, go where you want to. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm awesome. But we actually go a couple places now in Sanctuary that we couldn't go before. Again, these are not places that you have to go to right now, because you have to come up this way after you get dependents anyway. But nonetheless, we're going to do them now, because I'm just going to show you where the locations are. I don't necessarily care about efficiency so much as I care about just showing you where most of the stuff you can grab is. These darker ones you cannot grab until you have the second power-up. You just push that side. There's some weird glitch you can do to make those open faster, I think. But we're back down to the escape. What? Yep, we're gonna open this up. We didn't have to use a bomb there, but I did. And we have 3 chests in here. Now, none of these items are gonna be required. I don't know why it says that after every bomb. But we're saving quit again because otherwise we have to finish out escape, and that just is fairly pointless. Okay. Here we go. All right. But now we need to get the final pendant, which is in Tower of Hera, but we have to get a way up there, and we don't have that way currently, which is a bit unfortunate. Ah, we can't get in there right now. There's actually a heart piece in there, but we can't quite get there. This is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Anyway, so now what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna come up here. Get hit by an arrow because that was just a very unfortunate timing. Okay, so I have just an absolute shit ton of money, and your money caps out at 999. So I'm actually going to buy a blue potion. But you want to keep 500. Do not, before you come up this way, make sure you have 500 rupees. That is absolutely a requirement. You can balk into these if you want, or you can go the long way around, either way. Ah. Wonk. These guys do 2 damage. That's what happens if you try and swim without flippers. So you can't swim right now because Link doesn't know the meaning of the word. But this very light colored water you can swim into. Or you can walk on. Anything darker, you will just do what happened there. This is a bit of a maze. I went the wrong way. You can kill those Zoras if you want. But I want to be friends with them. You might be like, those are Zoras? Those aren't what I remember from Ocarina of Time. They are vastly different, I know. We'll come up here and a big Zora fish will come up, the King Zora. And what do you want, little man? Do you have something to ask me? I want flippers. He just doesn't give them away. He sells them for 500. That's why you have to have 500 rupees. And now you can use the whirlpools as well. And those can be useful because they take you to predetermined locations if you know where they're at. And that is always fun. But now we have the flippers, which means we can swim. There is a glitch that's called fake flippering, which I didn't just think about showing off. That requires you to kind of do a screen transition while jumping at the water at the same time. It's really interesting. Hey, another heart increase. I'm already up to 8 hearts. There, the max is 20. So now we have the flippers, which means we can swim to our heart's content. And we can also go and grab the ice rod that we died on going to earlier. Oh no, we got, I'm done. Oh. Well, we throw. Why don't we bomb it? Yes. Okay. Bombs does nothing. How about... How about my arrows? Okay, so arrows. I think you could drop some things in here. Maybe. Let's drop a bottle in there. An empty bottle. I don't know why I'm showing this off. Okay. That's nice. And she gives you green potion, which fills your magic, so not bad. It's not blue potion, but... And I believe, if memory serves... You can throw your bloomerang in there. Your boomerang. I call it bloomerang because it's blue. Yes. And now you get... The red boomerang, the magic boomerang, does not require. It goes faster and farther than the old one. It's slightly more useful, and it goes actually all the way until it hits something or the edge of the screen, whichever comes first. So that is swell. Actually, we're gonna stay in there. So that is nice. That is actually how you get the red meringue, and yeah, you can't use the blue anymore. But why would you? Randomizer, you can use both. That's a little weird, but other than that. But that's going to do it for part 3. So join me as we make our way to the Tower of Hera. Maybe a couple other checks before we get there to show off some more chests. Until then, everybody. Deuces.